Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Kalachandji Radhe, Jaya Radha Kalachandji Radhe, Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtotara Sata Seven Loving Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtotara Sata Seven Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kundagiri Govardhan ki Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Ganga Mai Jamuna Mai ki, Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani ki, Sama Veda Bhakta Vrinda ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Frisco Gita Mandir ki, Nitai Gaur Sundar ki, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Jai Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Dale.
It's going down.
Sorry. It's okay, bro. Good. So the topic that I chose for today, little dharma goes a long way. Any of you have any guesses on what I'm going to speak? No? Charity. Not dharma as in charity. Dharma, I wanted to use an English, I did not want to use an English word unnecessarily, so I put dharma there. The word that I really meant was righteousness. A little righteousness goes a long way. Does that give any better clues?
Any small punya?
Yeah, something like that. Any small thing that you do goes a long way. Any guesses on what? Huh? No. We'll see. Okay. What I have in mind may not what you have in mind, but that's okay.
See Krishna's hand in everything.
That's another angle to it. Huh?
Whatever we do in our life, according to Shastra, that's called karma.
That's called karma?
Yeah.
That's our karma.
Shastra.
That's our karma.
Akarma.
Mm-hmm.
Akarma is not pleasing to Krishna.
It is pleasing to Krishna. If you do according, you said according to Shastra. If you do things according to Shastra, then it's a karma. It's good. Yeah. No resulting action. Yeah. Newton's law is kind of nullified in that case. Okay. So the verse that I have in mind is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 40. Dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. What's the meaning?
Even a small endeavor in this path will not be diminished.
Yeah.
In the path of
Just like we quote the Sanskrit verbatim, because it's Krishna's words, we should also try to memorize the translations to that same effect. Because Prabhupada, the way that Prabhupada translates is very powerful. I'm glad that you are understanding the Sanskrit behind this and able to communicate the meaning. That's very good. That's what I also try to do. If you try to understand the Sanskrit words, we can form our own translation. But Prabhupada translates this very nicely. We'll read the Sanskrit first. Neha vikramanasosthi pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Let's try to chant this one time together. I'll read the line. You can repeat the line. Neha vikramanasosthi. One more time. Neha vikramanasosthi. Pratyavayo na vidyate. Pratyavayo na vidyate. Swalpamasya dharmasya. Swalpamasya dharmasya. Trayate mahato bhayat. Trayate mahato bhayat. Say one time together. Neha vikramanasosthi. Pratyavayana vidyate. Swalpamasya dharmasya. Trayate mahato bhayat. So I'll read the word for word translation and then we'll read the translation and purport. Okay, it says, na, there is not. Iha, in this yoga. Abhikrama, in endeavoring. Krama is work. Abhikrama is endeavoring. Nasha is loss. Asti, there is. Pratavyaha, diminution. Na, never. Vidyate, there is. Swalpam, in Sanskrit they've written as su alpam, which is when you say it becomes swalpam. Swalpam is very little, meager, a little. Api, although. Asya, of this. Dharmasya, occupation. Trayate, releases. Mahataha, from very great. Bhayat, danger. Translation. This is Lord Krishna speaking to Arjuna in second chapter of Gita. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement in this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Activity in Krishna consciousness or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed, otherwise, the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss, even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness bear permanent results, so that the next beginning from the point of 2%, whereas a material activity without 100% success, there is no profit. Ajamila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but he enjoyed at the end was 100% by the grace of the Lord. There is a nice verse in this connection, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, verse 17. Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujim harer bhajan apakvo tapatet tato yadi yatra kwa vabadhram abhud amusyakim kovarto apto bhajatam swadharmataha. If someone gives up his occupational duties and works in Krishna consciousness, then falls down on account of not completing his work, what loss is there on his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Or as the Christians say, what profiteth a man if he gain the whole world yet suffer the loss of the eternal soul? Next paragraph. Material activities and the results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness, even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of great cultured Brahmana or in the rich aristocratic family. That will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique work done in Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'll read the translation to verse Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 40 again. In this endeavor there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. What is the most dangerous type of fear? Death. What else? Repeated birth. Yes. What else? Humiliation. Public speaking is way up there. Is at the top. Yeah. Humiliation. Losing one's loved ones. That may not be applicable to somebody else. Like for a 15, 20-year-old person, that means nothing. It's okay. But then to their parents, the grandparents, yes, then there is some value to it. Right? What if it is a saintly person, a sannyasi, or somebody like that? Death means nothing to them. But what is their fear? Losing their saintliness is a fear for them. For brahmachari, losing his vrata of staying as a brahmachari may be very important for that person, right? So there are a lot of different kinds of fear. What separates a human being from animals is what? It's not fear. There is a beautiful verse in Hitopanishad. It says, Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maitunam Cha Samanya Etam Pasubhi Naranam Dharmo Teyasam Adhiko Vishesham Dharmena Hinam Pasubhi Samanam. The thing, four things are common between the 8,400,000 species of life, which is Ahara, eating, Nidra, sleeping, Bhaya, fear, and Maituna, which is to procreate, to make sure the next generation comes. An insect may live for a couple of hours, but in those couple of hours, it does all these four things. It eats something, it sleeps for some time, it makes sure it procreates, and then it's able to defend itself. Every little mechanism, every little microorganism goes through these four stages. So our Upanishads say, if a human being, which is a rare gift that is given to us after going through the 8,400,000 species of life, we've already won the jackpot. We already hit the lottery. Right? If we don't make use of this, it says we are no better than an animal. Pasubhi samanam. Dharmena hinam, dharmo hina, pasubhi samanam. If there is no dharma within us, dharma does not here means charity, dharma means the righteousness. And Prabhupada gives a very different translation to some of the other acharyas that I've seen. He translates dharma as the sweetness in sugar is sugar's dharma. The saltiness is the dharma of salt. And so what is the dharma of a human being? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Krishna in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita gives, I think, 72 qualities of a soul. It cannot be burned, it cannot be withered, it cannot be touched, it cannot be killed. He gives all these, I think, 72 qualities he gives. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu later on gives one more quality of the soul. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Nityara Krishna. So it's the identity of the soul, it's an eternal servant of Krishna. And that is the dharma of a human being. So if we don't understand that dharma, then we are no better than a human being. And then Prabhupada calls it an animalistic way of life. We live in, not us here, you all made an effort to come here on a Sunday morning to listen to someone like me, which is a great thing. But the point is that the majority of the society here lives an animalistic way of life. Right? They do whatever, eat whatever, see whatever. So they have no control over their senses. And that's exactly what the animals are. When they have to eat, they just eat. When they have to mate, they just do that. There is no distinction. They only size up their prey. Can I kill it? Will I be able to eat it? Will I be able to overcome it? That's their only criteria. Right? When a tiger or a lion goes to picks prey, that's their criteria. I'm hungry. Who is ready to die for me? That's their only criteria. And modern man is no different. Right? Exactly the same. So what distinguishes us is this dharma. So when we look at dharma in a way from the words of the Shastras, it's clear that dharma is not just charity. Dharma is not doing the right thing. Dharma is not just picking up the trash from the road, not polluting the environment. Yes, all this is good. As a human being, as a society as a citizen of the civilized society, we have the responsibility to do all these things. But that dharma does not end there. So he says, there is no loss or diminution in this activity, and whatever you do will carry on forever. And what is that activity? Huh? Serving Krishna. How will you serve Krishna?
By
hearing about Krishna. By hearing about Krishna. There are 9 processes of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Sakyam, Dasyam, Atma Nivedam. So the 9 processes of devotional service. This hearing is a very important process of devotional service. When we hear, we should engage not just our ear and then it goes through the other ear like this, but we should engage in ear in such a way that the message kind of goes inside a little bit. And then if you don't feel the power of the speaker sometimes, Maybe it's a fault of the speaker, but then we should also see if I'm continuously not getting the impact of the message, then that means there may be a problem with me also. We need to hear better, right? A lot of the times, our senses have become so dull these days. They show so much violence on TV, so much stuff that we see. None of this impacts us anymore, right? They show a person dying on TV, it makes no impact. It's okay. People are dying, so what? We become kind of insensitive. Not kind of, we have become very insensitive to these things. So, but we should be aware that there is a higher purpose to life, and the higher purpose is to search what is the thing that I have to do that will make me a human being. If I don't, then I pasuvi samanam. So one of the things that we have to do is to be able to hear the messages of the Lord, and that is given in books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. There are so many books that are here, and our acharyas, we have a long line of disciplic succession. They've written a lot of messages. They've given a lot of what is our favorite thing to do. Somebody may be inclined to philosophy, there is philosophy. Somebody may be inclined to stories, there is stories. Somebody may be inclined to drama, like I'm talking about drama in Mahabharata, right? There is a lady that is getting disrobed in the presence of the elders, and they're not able to do anything. What more drama there can be? And this belongs to a righteous family. She belongs to the most pious family. Her husbands are very pious, and she is also a great devotee. She is put into extreme difficulty, which we do not want any of our wives or sisters or mothers, anybody, we do not want anyone to go through, but yet she's going through it. And the people that are supposed to protect her are not doing anything. Righteousness. And they are the most righteous family. Right? So dharma can play a very difficult role in some people's lives. So Krishna tells here, when you do these kind of activities, when you hear Shravanam, when you do Kirtanam, Smaranam, etc., any one of these 9 processes of devotional service, even if you chant Krishna once, that means that you will start from that point onwards if you happen to have a next life. Arjuna, in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna goes through different process of... It's okay, Babu. It's good. Krishna goes through different processes of yoga. It starts with, after 2nd chapter, it's called Sankhya Yoga, which Srila Prabhupada translates as contents of the Gita summarized. It is one of the longest chapters in Gita, 2nd longest chapter. And it has 72 verses. And in those verses, Krishna gives a lot of philosophy, lot of stuff to Arjuna. And at the end of this, Arjuna is like, I don't know what you're saying. 3rd chapter starts like that. Your instructions are equivocal to me. You're contradicting each other. I do not understand what is the right thing that you're asking me to do. So he was already confused in the 1st chapter and parts of the 2nd chapter. And the end of these 72 verses, Arjuna is even more perplexed. So Krishna goes through detailing 3rd chapter, Karma Yoga, 4th chapter, Jnana Yoga, 5th chapter, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, and then 6th chapter he comes to Dhyana Yoga. He gives a very difficult process for Arjuna to follow. Go sit in a place, in a Suche Desa, which is very clean place, which is secluded place. Sit with your back straight, back, neck and head straight. Your eyes should be half closed, half open. You should be able to point. You should be able to see the tip of the center of your brow. Look at it and then meditate. How should be half closed, half open. Your chin should not be too high like this. It should not be too low like you all are sitting. It should be somewhere in the middle. You should put some kusha grass. Where am I going to find the place like that? So Arjuna, 5,000 years ago, for our benefit, he says, the instructions you are giving me is not practical for me. I will fail in this process. What am I to do? Then Krishna says, Nahi kalyana kaschat durgatim tata gacchati. There is no loss for you. Even if you attempt it, you will get your pious life actually begins. If I were to tell you, we will cross through the 8,400,000 species of life, which means you've been here forever. We've been here a long, long, long time. And there are many, many lives that we've been through where we have not seen a saintly person. We've not seen or heard or felt anything about God. That's pretty sad, right? He's a constant companion. He comes with us, within our heart. It's a suhrit. Suhrit means good heart. It also means a good friend. In Vishnu Sahasranam also there is a verse called Surat, and Bhagavad Gita also there are 2 or 3 places where the word Surat comes. Means it's very dear to the heart, and he lives in a place within the heart. So he has been with us for a long time, yet we've not made any effort to get in touch with him. So it's pretty shabby on our part that we were not able to find a person that's right here, right? So if someone tells me that I've not made an effort for the last so many millions of lives, yet I got a human birth this time, I should do something about it, right? Chanting the names of Krishna, chanting the names of Rama, reading these books, engaging in some philosophical discussion, eating prasadam, offering the food that we cook to Krishna, chanting, and honoring the prasadam. These are all devotional activities that we can do very easily. Right? Although these are not part of the 9 process of devotional service, right? It doesn't say eat, it doesn't say see the pictures, it doesn't say that. All this comes under Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Right? Krishna, in fact, in the 9th chapter, he gives very intimate clues on how he can be pleased. He says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhakta Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahritam Asnami Prayatatmanaha. He says, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf or a fruit or a flower or water, Asnami, he says, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. And all he's asking is a leaf, a fruit, a flower, water, which wherever you are, you could be stuck in Sahara Desert, you have to eat one of these things. Right? Fortunately, we are in great city of Frisco, and there is a lot of supermarkets available here, and we are eating very nicely. So we should be able to offer whatever we make to Krishna and then accept it. I mean, if you make it with love, offer it with love, he'll accept it. And then I think the next verse after this is, or maybe one verse before or after, he says, Yat karoshi, yadasnasi, yad jushosi dadasi yat tapasyaisi kaunteya, tad kurushva madarpanam. Yat karoshi, whatever you do, yadasnasi, whatever you eat, again the word, yad jushosi, dadasi yat, whatever you eat, whatever you do, whatever austerities you perform, whatever else you do it as an offering to me, Krishna says. And when we do that, we get what is called an akarma. There are 3 kinds of karma. Karma means both the action and the reaction. So if I slap you, you slap me back, 2 karmas have happened. I slap you, I'm going to get something. If you slap me back, then that's also karma. Then there is thing called vikarma. Because I come and slap you, I get vikarma. That means it's against the religious principle. You may have said something that's different, but still I did something that is bad. So that means that's against the principles of religion. That's vikarma. And then there's akarma. Akarma means it's good actually. These are the activities that do not incur any reactions. We should work like that. These are according to the principles of religion. When we work like that, then our karma account gets diminished. So we should, and that's working according to the rules of the Shastra, injunctions of the Shastras. That's what we should always try to do. If we agree and live according to the rules of Shastras, we will get more and more akarma. We'll get more inclined towards doing dharmic activities. I'm using dharma as in a very general sense here, and that's how we are taught. Dharmic activities, engage in dharma. That means do the right thing, do charity. Charity is very important. Krishna discusses charity from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way up to the 18th chapter. So the charity, dharma, yagya, dana, tapas, chaiva, dana comes there. Dana is a different word for charity. That's the actual meaning of charity. But dharma also in loose meaning, dharma also means charity. Yagya, dana, tapas, chaiva, and he says it purifies even the great soul. Pavanani manishina. So those words, that the yagya, dana and tapa, which is austerity, charity, and yagya, dana, tapa. So austerity, sacrifices, and charity should be performed at any time by everybody. No one is exempt from these. It says it purifies even the great men. Pavana means purify. Manishina means the greatest men. So it purifies even the great men. So these activity should continue, but at the same time, it should be done in a religious way, according to the books of scriptures, according to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and according to the words of the Shastras. Otherwise, what's going to happen is we'll donate to some cause that, or do some yajnas, do some things that are not according to the injunctions of the scriptures, will incur more karma. That means you need to get rid of those before we are qualified to make progress in spiritual life. So there is a beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the thing that Bhaya does? Right? We were talking about Bhaya. Bhaya means different kind of fear. Ahara nidra bhaya maitunam cha. I started with that. How much can we eat at a given time? Ahara. Something. If you go to an all you can eat buffet right now and they let you loose, we'll eat hungrily for for some time, and then we'll slow down, and then we have to stop. Once the system says you're done, you're done. Same thing with nidra. You can sleep for some time, but after some time you have to wake up and get going, right? Maitunam, same thing with procreation. You can do that only for so much. You have to stop. Bhaya is constantly with us. There is no limit to the bhaya we have. What's going to happen to my job? The market is this. What's going to happen to my investment? What's going to happen to this? What's going to happen to my parents who are elderly? Who will take care of them? These questions constantly go through the mind. And I've not seen my infant daughter, in 2 hours. I don't know if she's sleeping. Mother has her own fears, right? A dad may have his own fears. But the fear that we have, there is no limit to it, and it doesn't stop. Always there with us. So there are many verses in our Shastras that talk about how you can overcome fear. Anybody has an idea how you can overcome fear? How do you overcome fear? Chanting the name of the Lord. Yes, when you depend on Krishna. Yeah, when you chant the names of the Lord, it is said he is feared by the fear personified. The name of Krishna, it is said in our Shastras, is as powerful as Krishna himself. How powerful is Krishna? Very powerful. He's been around for a long time. How long has he been here? Been here a long time, right? Yet our Shastra says he's very handsome. He doesn't age. He doesn't get sick. Job market does not affect him. His wealth does not go up or down depending on what happens in some stupid streets, markets, etc. So when we chant the names of Krishna, we should have such faith that he is capable of solving my problems. He has seen problems like mine. When you go to a doctor, if you're sick, that's another fear. Going to a doctor is a fear. Some people are afraid of needles, right? Some people are afraid of, and then the blood pressure thing will come, and I always have high blood pressure, but I don't, whatever. So the nurse won't tell me what it is. How is it? No, I cannot tell you. She'll go and come back. The doctor will look at it and say, you have to do this. Okay. So it's so we always are in anxiety. So medical going to a doctor is another. Especially if you're taking a child to a doctor, it's even worse. What are they going to say? Hopefully it's nothing, right? So I've instilled some kind of fear in you. That's good. That I don't want to go too much into it, but fear is always there. I don't need to put any fear in you. It's always there. It's always there within us. So our Shastra says how to be fearless. Etan nirvignamananam ichatam akuto bayam yoginam api nirnitam harer namanu kirtanam. We discussed this verse in our Bhagavatam class two months ago maybe. It's Canto 2, Chapter 1, verse number 17. It says, whatever thing you have, nirvignamananam, which means you have all kinds of desires. Nirvignamanam is one who does not have desires. Ichatam is one who has a lot of desires. And then akuto by means become fearless. You become fearless by doing harer namanu kirtanam. Anu kirtanam means always. Kirtanam is do it now, but anu kirtanam is do the kirtanam always. By chanting the holy names of the Lord, we become fearless. Akuto bayam. Bayam is fear. Akuto bayam is fearless. So when we get into this point of fearlessness, which I've not experienced, but our Acharya's name is Abhay Charan. Abhay means Bhaya is fear, Abhaya is no fear. So someone asked Prabhupada after he did some japa, somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, how do you feel now, Srila Prabhupada? He says, I feel fearless. And he was heading a worldwide movement that is a startup worldwide movement, and he was saying he was fearless, right? So if you want to get fearless about in this material world, we need to become a little bit more active in our devotional service, read a little bit more, chant a little bit more, increase our faith more. I'm saying all of this so I can also do more. So it's an instruction for me also. So when we do these things, the Lord reciprocates in mystical ways, right? He reciprocates to his devotees, and one of the favorite names of the Lord for many devotees is Bhakta Vatsala, which means he's very, very, very affectionate toward his devotees. Vatsa means a calf. Bhakta Vatsala means one who is very affectionate to his devotees. And there are many qualities of Krishna. If you read Bhagavatam, any chapter, there will be something, some quality of Krishna that says he is the most merciful, that he is more merciful that he can ever imagine. Things like that. So because we are looking at him from our fear-filled eyes, fear-filled heart, we are not able to see him. But when you get to the point of chanting more and understanding the philosophy, then we can see the true nature of Krishna. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says that this is the Yuga Dharma. Chanting the names of the Lord is the Yuga Dharma. Every, what is that verse in Bhagavatam? Tretayam, Kalitat Haro Kirtanat, Hari Kirtanat. I used to say this word in the temple every Sunday, but I've forgotten now. Kalotat Hari Kirtanat, which means the process of deliverance in this age of Kali is through the Kirtan of Hari. Tretayam Yagyato Make Dwapare Paricharyayan Kalotat Hari Kirtanat. So there is every yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga have some process. The process in Satya Yuga is meditation. People used to live for hundreds of thousands of years, and they can sit and meditate because they can find a place, like Krishna was saying in 6th chapter. Sucha they say, can find a quiet, saint, pure place, sacred place, and they're able to focus their mind because they didn't have these kind of fear instilling devices with them, right? So they were able to meditate properly. And then the next Kretayam Yagyato Makai. So they would do long yagyas. The Yagya Kunda used to be 1 mile by 1 mile, I've read in some scriptures. And then they were qualified brahmanas that were able to pour oblations into the fire, ghee and all that into the fire, and the yagyas used to be so big. Dwapare Paricharyayan, Dwapara Yuga Paricharya, which means go to the temple worship, elaborate temple worship. And we see some remnants of that in India now. Elaborate temple worship still there in many places that we go and see. And then Kalotat Hari Kirtana. Yes, we cannot do meditation. Elaborate yagya is not possible. We don't have qualified brahmanas. Temple, too far to go. Right? Radha Kalachanji is 30 miles away. That's too far to go. Fisco, Gita Mandir is also too far to go. There is only 50 people here. Right? So Krishna, in that case, Krishna says, okay, never mind. You don't need to come from, you work from home. I'll come to you in the form of the holy name. Right? We don't have any excuses for chanting. Mantra should be in our mind, in our heart, in our tongue at any given point in time. So I'll stop here. Chant as much as you can. Any comments or questions, corrections? Good time? Good. Questions? No? Yes.
What would you prescribe for new beginners like me for practical abhay? How can practically get abhay? You can worship and all, hearing is one part, but practically what are the tips or words that?
The question is, how can one practically become fearless for a newcomer like him? And he's not a newcomer. less entanglement, less. The more we have, the more fear comes with it, right? A person sitting in the street corner begging for $5, his problems are $5 worth. He is not solving a problem that's more than $5 worth. But to him, $5 problem is a big problem, right? The person that has $1 trillion, billion dollars in bank account or wherever they have, their problems are that big, right? And their solutions that they have are also so complex. It's not a simple problem, right? So when we have an amount of entanglement around us, then that's the kind of problems we are going to have. That's one physical aspect to it. More practical aspect to that would be that to chant and get learn to rely more on the power of the holy name. Learn to rely more on that there is a superior strength, there is a superior being that is watching over me. That may help. He doesn't have the problem. He's just asking for our benefit.
Like Arjuna did. Like Arjuna did.
Like Arjuna did. No. And this is not Krishna, but he is Arjuna. Okay. Does that help, Prabhu?
I picked the word entanglement. I thought it was especially directed to people. When
No.
you said entanglement, I thought you were like.
No.
No question for you, but one thing, just one comment. When you said that there is a limit to ahar, but there is no limit to it, I never thought from that standpoint. So that resonated really well, for me. That I was like, oh wow, yes, that's true, and how to at least reduce it. That was very helpful. That resonated really well. That was out of the box.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Manoj, Prabhu.
Thank you for the class. So probably you touched upon like a little fear is good. I mean, do you want to elaborate on that? Like, what exactly is that? What does that little fear we should all have to avoid the constant anxiety that we have in our day-to-day life?
I said little fear is good.
You touched upon it. If I
Okay.
remember that.
Maybe it's because of my personal nature. When I'm in a little fearful condition, I try to do things a little bit different, right? I mean, if I'm totally chilled out, which I am most of the time, then I'm not doing anything useful, right? When there is a fear of I'm reporting to somebody or I'm reporting to my boss here, right? Something like that, then that puts me under a little bit of stress and a little bit of fear, and that always makes me do things. You get up and go, right? And then that from a material point of view, that's what makes you accomplish things. Having a little bit of fear inside you, right? That if I become too lackadaisical, if I become too comfortable in the situation, then I'm not going to grow. So you have a little bit of competitiveness, and that comes from a little bit of fear. If I don't do this, then I may not have that. So that keeps you going materially. But spiritually, when one is on that kind of fear, then they may try to do more devotional service because they try to chant a little bit different. Like for example, something happens and you need to go see somebody, and that puts you in a little fearful condition. So your japa maybe, we say, pray for this person. They're going through some difficult condition, and then you put yourself in that person's shoes, like their parent or their son or their daughter is going through some difficulty. You put yourself in their shoes, and you think, what are they going through now? I'm chanting for them, but what are they chanting? How are they chanting? What are they going through in their mind? Because it's difficult for them to go through such situation in life, as it would be for anybody. But our shastras say that situation will also come to us at some point in time, right? But having this group of community of friends, community of like-minded people, when we pray for them, we also hope that they'll pray for us, and that may mitigate our situation, right? Help us in our situation to make us feel a little bit more comforting, give us more strength to deal with the situation, etc. Because nothing in this world that happens to me, and that you get that by age also. Somebody has already felt it. I'm not the first person to walk this path, right? One time I got a job offer. This back in the mid-90s. I got a job offer in Dallas, and then Monday morning I was supposed to join, and then Friday afternoon I got a better job offer. No, from the same company. They said don't go. We will whatever. So Friday afternoon I have to call them and tell them that I'm not joining you. That just broke me. How am I going to tell this to a person that is interested with me with something, right? But I had to. And then at some point in time in the process, I thought, I'm not going to be the first person. I'm not the first person that has done this. Hopefully somebody has done this before. Yeah, sure. Right? But that should not make you arrogant, but at least think that there is some precedence, maybe violating law here, or at least good faith. But anyway, to come to your point, spiritually, fear means that you learn to take the shelter of the names of the Lord or the Lord Himself. Right? So I think having that fear is always good in my mind, in my opinion.
Something along those lines, like Kunti Maharani basically, like she prays to Lord Krishna. I mean, I don't know if she is fearful or not, but when dangers come, Krishna wants to mitigate for the devotees.
Yeah.
And of course, she might be fearful for the son protection, and also she worships Krishna. So in that way, Krishna will come and help us.
Yeah, she says by with difficulty, she tells Krishna, you come.
Yeah.
So that's why she says Devadarshan Shashwat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. She says Bhavato Arpanam Yashyad Punar Apavadarshanam. So whenever difficulties are there, I think of you and then you come. That's a very unique relationship because Krishna is her nephew, so he comes. But they're contemporaries, so they live together. But that doesn't mean Krishna doesn't live right now. He is here. He is with us, right? So that's a very serious prayer. That's a very serious prayer to pray like that. Oh, I can see Krishna. Okay, let me put me through the grinder. You know, that's not for a common or a weak-hearted person. You have to be really seasoned to go through to raise 5 children like this, unique personalities, divine personalities, without a husband. And then they went through so much in their lives, living in the forest for 12 years, Agyatavas for 1 year. And then she's able to say these things. When we say it, it's just lip deep. It's not heartfelt, right? So, yeah, but those are very unique prayers.
So, spiritually, if we have fear of fall down, is it good or bad?
It's very good. You should have that fear. Always we should have that fear. That stops you from going to places that you're not supposed to go here. Type things that you're not supposed to type because mind tells you to type these things. Right? So having that kind of fear, I always fear that you know, having that kind of boundaries for ourselves is a good thing. And then again, there is no difference between a person that has this or a 5-6-year-old child, because they don't have a filter. They see, oh, I don't like that shirt. They can say that because it's a child. But if I tell you I don't like that shirt, so who cares? Right? You don't value my opinion in that regard, right? So we have a filter. I won't say it, even though I don't like it. I may say, I may not say it, but having that filter around us is what stops you from doing those things. I think that kind of fear is good. We should have such boundaries, such restrictions, that kind of fear. Because if you really look at it, you may call it a boundary, you can call it a discipline, but the end of it, if you do it, what's going to happen? That's a fear, right? That may not be a good thing, materially, spiritually, socially, whatever things that may happen. So it's good to have such discipline and fear. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. I thank you again for coming and listening. Geeta Mandir ki jai. I hope we soon go to a better facility. Okay. Hare Krishna. Keep reading, keep chanting. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful class. So, please give a big round of applause for his great. So today's Sunday feast has been set up, like from setup to making prasadam and also like till clean up. Everything was done by the Bhakti of his Devadarshan Prabhu, which is like the Fisco Bhakti group. So please give a very big round of applause for them. And we don't have any sponsor for today. So if anyone wants to like sponsor for the Sunday love feast, please feel free to reach out to our big table. So someone can assist you like on the sponsoring of the Sunday feast for today. And request like for the book distribution team, like if they have any updates or anything like that. So just wanted to take the updates from the book distribution team.
Hare Krishna. So basically, like every week we go out for book distribution, and so today we have a book distribution in the evening. Like we have two groups going out, so please come out, and and also like if you want to sponsor any Bhagavad Gita, we still like taking the orders. So please come to the table and yeah, give your name. Yeah.
So that's the December marathon which we are talking is the Bhagavad Gita December marathon, like what we do for the Gita Jayanti. So that's what Prabhuji was telling, like if anyone wants to sponsor still a box of Bhagavad Gita, so feel free to reach out to our book table. And I think we crossed 51, right? Yeah. So we already crossed, our target was around 50. So we crossed 51, but still there is an opportunity which somebody wants to do. So, like this year we kept a target of 51 for 2025, and for 2026 we are doing like 108. So let's hope that we will do that. So thank you so much, Prabhu, for the update on the book distribution. Mahesh Prabhu, like you had somebody to like donate donuts, right? Like can you please, you know, there are a couple of donuts, right?
Right. Hare Krishna. So there are a couple of devotees who approached me and donated earlier. So I just want to call out because they were coming to the Gita Mandi program today. So we are very, very fortunate to have them here, and it encourages everyone else as well. So I want to call out Kapil Prabhu and Bharti Mataji for kindly donating. Please, just a small token of gift. Just a small token of gift. Please come. Please. It's just a small token of gift. There is the cookie box. We're not giving big here, so please come. Come. Yes, can you please hand on? Oh, sure. Thank you so much, Prabhu. They are not here. I think Radha Vallabh Prabhu is not here. Right? No person. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So we would like to, like, as you all know, like Gita Mandir is coming up this year, so most probably. So like if you would like to do any service for Gita Mandir, like any type of service, like say like you can actually help in distribution or like help in devotee care or like help in fundraising, anything like that, feel free to reach out our book table and they can connect you to the right department. And also like there are other services, say if you don't have time, but like say if you can donate to Lakshmi, so feel to reach out to the book table. We have something called like a dollar a donation and also like a donate brick and also like there are multiple donation levels which are available. So please reach out to the book table and they can definitely help you on that. And just wanted to give another update for today. So we have started the youth class today actually. So that's the reason like I was outside today. So we are having the program in JEI Learning Center, which is in the same parking lot. So it's for the kids from 14 years to 21 years. Okay. So if you have any kids like or like any friends kids who are looking for spiritual growth, so feel free to tell them like there is an opportunity over here from age 14 to age 21. So generally like we have the Sunday school which is running the Gopal Fun School is from 5 to 14 years. So we just started today 15 to 14, 15 to I mean like 14 to 21. I mean, it was an overwhelming response. Actually, we have around like we were looking only for 15 kids, but like there were around 17 kids joined today. So please give a big round of applause for his guest Raseshekar Prabhu. He is not here; he will be coming, but like he has started the program. And I mean, like just to give an update on Gopal Fun School also, right? Gopal Fun School, our expectation was like just to have around like 30, 60 kids as of for the whole 2 semesters, and we actually crossed that number, and now including this teenage group, we are like crossing around 85 to 90 kids actually in the so hopefully our goal is to have 300 kids actually, that's our goal. So in the next 1 year we are like looking forward to have 300 kids joining actually our Sunday school programs. That's our goal, but like we have almost now 100. So it's a very big achievement by from the Gopal Fund School. Thank you so much. And, anyone new to Gita Mandir today? Is there anybody new to Gita Mandir today? Please come forward. Can you introduce yourself? How do you know about Gita Mandir?
My name is Anil. I saw the message in my community group from Mahesh. That is how I came. Rituals. Yeah. So I think I saw you before, but I didn't recognize that time. So I always wanted to come here, but wasn't taking the time. When I saw your message regarding the teen class, so today I dropped my daughter in the teen class and I came here. That's how I got the opportunity. Thank you.
Gift for Prabhuji, like a Bhagavad Gita for the first time visitors. So please. Hari Ram. Thank you so much, Guru. Anyone else like first time to Gita Mandir today? Please come forward.
Hi, this is Hari Krishnan, and I know swimming and I quite almost for 5 years, but I never got the opportunity to come here. So my kid joined today, so we thought we come today and
Thank you so much. Prabhuji's kid also joined in the teen group actually for today. So for the teen classes, right? So even the classes are happening over there. You can drop the kids over there and pick them from here, okay? So that like they can attend the full program. Like we have like after this announcements, generally we will have the Aarti, and after the Aarti like we have the Prasadam. So you can pick the kids from here after the Prasadam, or like say if you need to go early, then like you can track the Prasadam and go also. That's not a problem. But just try to, like, say, instead of staying in the parking lot or somewhere, like, you can come here and then, like, attend this program and then take your kids and go. So we will make an arrangement to drop from JI to here. Okay, that arrangement we will take care, so you don't have to worry. Thank you so much, and we will have the standing